So in 2000, just winding the clock forward a bit, you, Kerry Stokes, yourself and Luke crafted a deal to take on the Wildcats.
Mm-hmm.
You were still playing at the time. How did it come about? I mean, how did the deal start?
The deal started, I was on a Boomers tour in Germany and got a phone call from the Deputy Chairman, Warren Jones, the late Warren Jones, who was a fantastic person, and said, Kerry's looking to move the team on. As part of my contract renegotiation some time ago, in that was if Kerry did do that, I became a free agent. So I wasn't really happy with the other two options that were presented, and I asked Warren for a bit of time to consider a third option. And I really didn't know anything about anything, but I just thought maybe there's another way. And again, I took a punt to see whether or not. I rang Luke and I said, mate, you know, what do you think? And he goes, oh yeah, let's have a look. And it sort of went from there, and I think Kerry was quite pleased that we came forward with this solution, and he agreed to stay on for a period of time, and he was very generous in his financial resources and his time that he gave to us through various people. But really, you know, we threw ourselves into the deep end with concrete boots, and not ever having run a company before. You know, I was actually contemplating doing my MBA at the time, and so I said, well, I could either do an academic one or I could do a practical one. And so I put my concrete boots on, talked my mate into it, and we jumped in and we swam as hard as we could. It was tough, real tough. But 3.5 years later, we turned around a $1.6 million operating deficit into an $11,000 paper profit through a lot of hard work and innovation. And again, that little period taught me a great deal about how to think about solutions differently and breaking paradigms and you know, looking at new ways and innovations to do things in order to survive.
So what was the biggest challenge? I mean, you want to maintain your level of commitment to the team as a player. You're looking at the strategy of the organisation. Yeah. There's so many things going on. There was
a lot going on, and the dynamic for me was quite different because one of the first people I went to see was Alan Black, the coach. I said, Blackie, we're going to take over the team. I'll become the CEO, and Luke and I will have an ownership stake, etc. But my commitment to you is when I have my training or playing jersey on, you're the boss, and you tell me to run through a wall, I'll run through a wall. And I think that was a good conversation because we understood each other, and I think we had, you know, that sort of mutual respect. And at the end of the day, you know, as I transitioned out of my playing role into the front office role, having had 3 years of balancing both, again, when I didn't have to train or play, I had an enormous amount of energy and time to dedicate to taking the team to the next level, the next phase. But it was difficult. You know, very early morning starts and very late finishes. So my wife was incredibly supportive during that time, and you know, we took a risk of investing some of our assets into the club in order for it to survive, and survive in a way that I wanted it to survive in, not the way that was potentially could have gone.